Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a situation when you want to do a 186 employer sponsored visa, which is immediate permanent residence, direct entry 186. But you're being sponsored by a company that has no staff, only the director or directors. So, no employees. Is that possible to be sponsored by a business that has had no employees, that is a startup that has not employed anyone before? Well, apparently it is. And we have had a successful visa grant very recently for a person um, that was the first person to be an employee of that business. So it is possible. But decision makers tend to be very careful with businesses that have never sponsored before, because potentially these businesses may be shell companies that do not intend to genuinely do business, but just intend to sponsor a person. So it's very important to gather the right information if a business has not sponsored before. If you want to succeed with a business where you're the first employee and you're a foreigner, you want to be sponsored, you need to first of all look at, does the business generate money? The business needs to be generating at least some money, or there have to be funding agreements. With that business that we had, the business did generate money. So that's a very important thing. If you generate money, if you have BASs, business activity statements, even if you're a startup, but you have had at least a couple of BASs that generate income, then you are able to pay a salary to a foreigner. You are able to pay your employee. That's very important already. This is the first thing. Now, second thing, does the business have premises? Does it rent an office? Or if not, if it's an online business, a working from home environment, that may be much more difficult. We succeeded with a work from home environment, but that's difficult. That's challenging. They would look at the nature of the business. Why do you need a work from home environment? And very often they'd be conservative enough for you to have an office, for you to have a place of work. But again, not always. An IT startup, an IT business that generates money but works from home may be able to get through. But a non-IT business, say a construction business or whatever that works from home, may be possible as you come to clients and you do the work in the client's premises, you renovate or repair the client's offices or apartments or whatever. May be possible, but say a physiotherapy, very difficult to imagine that a physiotherapy, for example, would work from home. So we would have to look at the nature of the business, but of course they'd love to see a physical office if it exists, agreement with the premises. Now, if you have suppliers, potentially agreement with your suppliers. If you're a business that bought equipment, potentially agreements for the purchase of that equipment. If you are a very new company, started by the directors, but orders are coming in, you can show that people are buying from you. Again, if you're a construction business or any other business, very recent startup, but money is going to come. Maybe you have quotes that have been signed by clients showing that money is going to come very soon. You're very soon will have a lot of money and hence a lot of work, and hence you need a foreign worker. Yeah. Then the salary that you pay for to the proposed worker needs to be commensurate with your turnover. Your turnover is say if your quarterly BAS, business activity statement, is 20K, yeah, 20K quarterly BAS. So it's about $7,000 a month. So it's about 100 annual, yeah, 100K annual, and you propose to a salary, propose to employ a foreigner with a salary of 80 to 90K. That's a bit weird because the business must have other costs, right? Not only the foreigner salary. So that sponsorship perhaps would not be supported. But if your quarterly BAS is, say, 50K, means that your annual income is approximately 200, and the foreigners employee is 70, 80, or 90K, that may still work, and eventually may be able to show a business plan or a new funding arrangement or whatever that will show once you take on more work, you'll generate more money and have better bases, have more income. So that's important. It's harder for companies that have zero staff but their directors to sponsor foreigners, but it's not impossible. And we've done it, we've proved that it's not impossible. It's not impossible. The legislation or the company policy doesn't say that you can't sponsor a foreigner for 186 if you have never sponsored stuff before. It doesn't say. It say the role must be genuine. Let's look at the turnover. Let's look at the office photographs. Let's look at the premises. Do you rent them or have you bought them? Let's look at your business plan. Let's look at money coming in. You're open to providing all sorts of evidence to convince the decision maker that you need that person, that you are growing your business, that your business is real, and that the person is genuinely going to cover, by the skills and the knowledge that they have, is genuinely going to cover your needs. And this is why you need them. Okay. So that's very important. So a startup company, a business recently founded with no staff, can they sponsor a foreigner? Yes, it works. And we did that before. If you need immigration advice, you can always get in touch. Don't forget to like this video. See you soon.